this is Runner from BellatorGero.com. Not arrogant, just better. Just going to give my pre-fight predictions on UFC 135 Rampage versus Johnny Bones Jones. Yeah, in fact, looking at this card, there's only 2 fights on this card which I think only saved it. I think the Jones fight, well, obviously saved it, but I don't think Diego Sanchez and Matt Hughes would have been a good undercard, and the main card's pretty, it's not great, you know what I mean? It's got some alright fighters, but no great fighters. Like, I'd like to see a few more names on this fight card. I think they're running this fight card just on the strength of Jones versus Rampage. Anyways, I'm going to get down to business. I'm going to start off with the heavyweight division. We've got Ben Rothwell versus Mark Hunt. I don't know who the hell is Mark Hunt's manager, but how he's got him into the UFC after the back of 4 straight losses, and then the first fight he gets in the UFC, he loses by Kimura, and now he's fighting Ben Rothwell. I know Ben Rothwell's not the elite of the elite. He fought Cain Velasquez, got beat up pretty bad in that fight. It was an early stoppage, but I'm going to give this fight to Ben Rothwell. He should be the smarter fighter. He should take it to the ground and use his ground game. I'm sure he's got more of a ground game than Mark Hunt, because Mark Hunt's just a kickboxer and a very good K1 fighter. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ben Rothwell on this fight, and he's going to get it finished. No, he's going to go decision, because I don't think he finishes many fights like a lot of fighters finished Gilbert Ivel in his later days, and I think he's going to go decision, so should be interesting. And yeah, it's all good. Right, also another heavyweight fight. We've got Rob Brighton from England, and we've got Travis Brown. Travis Brown in his last fight, I think it was Stefan Struve's fight to lose, and he lost pretty bad. If he'd taken Travis Brown into the 2nd and 3rd round, Travis Brown would be on his ass, because Travis Brown has no gas. He's got no gas in the tank at all. He gets out the 1st round, he throws big punches, and he gasses really quick. And I don't know why on MMA Live last night they were saying that he'll be fighting for the title one day. Well, no chance. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. His hands aren't that great. His cardio's not that great. And I've not seen too much of him, or enough of him, to even consider. With the guys that are there, he'd get busted up by quite a few of them. And anyways, who have we got? Yeah, Rob Bryan. I don't know too much about him. I know he fought Ollie Thompson, who's fighting on UFC 138. We used to sponsor him, Bellator Gero. He's beaten Neil Wren. He's pretty good. And his last fight he won, and he won pretty decisively. So, breaking down the fight, I'm just going to give it to Travis Brown. I think he's going to get 1st round TKO. I'm not going to go too in depth with this fight, because I haven't seen too much of Travis Brown. I've seen him 1 round knockout, and then the Czech Congo fight, and then Stefan Struve. It was his fight to lose, and I think after he fights Pat Barry, it's see you later for Stefan Struve, which I think should keep him around, to be honest. But that's how it goes in MMA and UFC and whatever else. Next we have lightweight division. We have Nate Diaz versus Nakatari Gomi. Gomi, since he came to the UFC, he has not impressed me at all. The Tyson Griffin fight, where he won by knockout, I think it was stopped a bit too soon. I know he looked like he couldn't get up or anything like that, but I think it was a bit stopped too soon. Anyways, Nate Diaz, he's going to do what he does. He's got good hands, he's better jiu-jitsu, he's got better reach. Gomi, I just don't think he's that good. I know he's in Pride and in Japan he was a good fighter, but I don't know why. I just don't see Gomi doing anything in this fight. I think Diaz is going to have it his own way. He could submit him if he wanted to, he could choke him out, he could knock him out, he could do whatever he wants, because he's got good boxing. And yeah, I don't give Gomi any chance in this fight, to be honest. And after this he needs to get cut from the UFC, because I don't think he's that good, and he hasn't performed in any such manner which makes me say, oh yeah, I want to keep going because he's good. But nah, Nate Diaz is going to win this fight by a 2nd round TKO. It's going to be a one-sided fight, and yeah, that's it really. So I'm going to say bye to Gomi here and now, because he's crap and he shouldn't be in the UFC. And I might get a few slagging off from, I don't know, some fans of his, but whatever. Post it below, let me know what you think. Anywho, moving on to the next fight, which is the co-main event. We got Matt Hughes versus Josh Koscheck. Koscheck's coming off a loss against GSP, a 5-round decision defeat, which is basically one-sided. And Matt Hughes is coming off a loss as well against BJ Penny Pen Pen, 21 seconds. So, breaking down this fight, I think if Matt Hughes loses this fight, he's going to retire. If he wins this fight, I'd still retire on the high. But I don't know. I think Koscheck's going to be. I think Koscheck's going to have the bigger power in his hands. I think the wrestling. I can't really decide who's the better wrestler as such. I know Matt Hughes got better jiu-jitsu and grappling aspects, but I think Koscheck has a very powerful takedown for a wrestler, and this fight's up in the air, but I'm going to go with the age being a factor of this fight, and I think Koscheck's going to win this fight. He's going to win it by first or second round, late first round, early second round, knockout of Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes is going to retire, because after the BJ Penn fight, you could see when he was taking off his gloves, he was taking the tape off in the ring, and he wasn't happy. He was like, what happened, you know what I mean? There's so many times when Matt Hughes has had something happen in the fight where he's been like, what happened? Like BJ Penn, what happened? The Matt Serra fight, he asked what happened after the first round. All these fights, it's just one of the things, and I'm gonna go with Koscheck, and I'm gonna go with Koscheck by TKO. Well, KO, TKO, it's all the same to me. Yeah, second round. And moving on to the main event, we have Rampage, Quinton, Rampage Jackson versus Johnny Badass Bones Jones. Anywho, yeah, breaking down this fight. Before I get to the breaking down of the fight, I don't think Rampage should have had this title shot because he didn't deserve it. He's not earned it, and I know there's going to be loads of fans of his out there, and they're going to be trying to slag me off or whatever. But when you look at it, against Machida, he didn't win the fight. I had it Machida 2 rounds to 1, if that, you know what I mean. Machida won the 3rd round. All Rampage did was walk after him like a robot and just do that. Try to swing punches and miss. But in my eyes, I don't know why, I just see Rampage Jackson as a very average fighter. I know he's got alright striking, but he's got no leg kicks. His wrestling's not great. He's just a standing banger, and I know people like to see that, but he's one-dimensional. He's just a boxer with takedown defense, and that's it. And that's just how I see it. If you beat Matt Hamill by a decision, why does that deserve a title shot? I don't know why. If you beat Machida, and how he jumped ahead of Rashad Evans, and I don't even like Rashad Evans myself, but I think he deserved the title shot before Rampage did. And Jones, what can I say about Jones? He made Shogun Hua look average, or look like a boy. It was just unbelievable, that fight, and I don't see it happening any other way in this fight. I think Johnny Bones Jones is going to do his thing. He's going to give Rampage Jackson such a beating. It's going to be unbelievable. You're not going to see. It's going to be worse than the Vanderlei Silva beating that they give him. So you can tell whose side I'm on. I think Rampage, he's got all right hands. He's not going to be able to get past the 11.5-inch reach advantage that Jones has got on him. Jones is the more flashy fighter. He's got better control. He's going to be stronger. He's going to have everything that Rampage Jackson doesn't have. I know Jones doesn't have knockout power, one punch, but a barrage of punches. Nobody can withstand them punches. The elbows, the knees, everything, the kicks coming from everywhere, every direction. Rampage is not going to know what's hit him. And I don't think it's going to be a smash fest, you know what I mean? I think he's going to dominate him on the ground, he's going to trip him up. You're going to see Rampage Jackson get muscled, get buoyed, he's going to get shoved about, he's going to get everything done to him in this fight. And I think Jones is going to finish this fight 2nd or 3rd round submission. I'm going to go with Rampage Jackson getting submitted in this fight because I think Jones is going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants. The only person I can see that can give him a challenge at the moment is probably Rashad Evans, and that's the only person apart from Anderson Silva maybe. But Silva's not going to step up to 205, and I think Rashad Evans may have the tools to do it, but I think with Jones' striking, it's unbelievable, and he's a big talent in the UFC and the fighting world itself. And I'm so looking forward to this fight because Rampage talks a lot of shit. Jones is a humble guy. He's a nice guy. He does his fighting and does his talking, and he's such a mellow person. And it's unbelievable how talented he is after only 3 or 4 years training striking, and how he can just smash through some of the best fighters in the world. And after this fight, I could see Shogun versus Rampage Jackson in a rematch, and I think that should be alright. I'm going to give it to Shogun because I just think Rampage really looked poor in that first fight when they both fought, and I just don't think he's got the tools in the arsenal to be the champion again, and that's how he is. But anyways, that's it for my UFC predictions. I'm going to go with Jones on this fight. He's going to still retain his title, probably fight Rashad Evans next, and that's the only fight I'm looking forward to, and that's the only thing that saves this card, and that's all I can say really. So, if you've got a comment, a prediction, or anything you want to add to this blog, record a video, post a comment below, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever for Rampage or Jones. I'm going to put 2 columns side and side for who you want to win. If you want Rampage to win, put thumbs down, and if you want Jones to win, thumbs up. So I think there's going to be a lot of thumbs up and a lot of thumbs down for Rampage. So yeah, that's it. Post your comments below, let me know what you think, and this is me for my UFC predictions. 135 Jones versus Rampage Jackson, and this is Runner signing out. Peace.